Hi my loves, and welcome to this releasing stretch class. So if you're new to the channel or you haven't practiced with me before, I'm Rosie. I am a 200 hours VINYASAFLOW and yin teacher, and today we're really going to be focusing on taking a nice deep stretch for the lower body and also just releasing any tension through the body that we might be holding onto as we start to kind of move into a new season, into this period of transition as we come into spring. We're going to get started in a cross-legged position. So just coming to here when you feel ready, and it might be that you're sat up on a cushion or a bolster if that's something that's more comfortable for you. And when you arrive, just taking the hands, palms down onto the thighs or the knees, so we're allowing the body to ground. Closing down through the eyes, and just keeping the head looking forward, so soft gaze in front. If you feel like dropping that chin down towards the chest, just lengthening through the neck, allowing yourself to do that. And just starting by taking a nice releasing breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, really just letting go. And as we take these first few moments of class to ground down, we're just going to keep that attention, that focus towards the breath. So focusing on each inhale, each exhale. So we're working with this idea of astheya, so non-stealing. We want to be building up our energy, so we're replenishing through this class. We're letting go of anything old, anything that might feel stuck in the body, and moving forwards into this fresh energy as we come towards spring. So as we arrive, we really just want to be thinking about this process of inhaling and exhaling. So as we inhale, we're breathing this energy into the body. As we exhale, we're releasing, we're allowing ourselves to let go that little bit more. So it might be that every time you exhale, you just allow the body to sink that little bit further down towards the earth, towards the mat. Now keeping eyes closed here for the start of practice. If you feel more comfortable to open them and watch me for the first few moments, feel free to. But we want to allow ourselves some intuitive movement just to start off. So allowing that breath to start to move around the body. So with the hands on the knees here, I encourage you to either start by just moving the head. So it might be that with the inhale, you're just taking the left ear around to the left shoulder. With the exhale, dropping head down through center. As we inhale, right ear around to the right shoulder. So it might be that you're simply staying with this movement. It might be that you're allowing the head to drop back all the way. So we're opening out through the throat, through the neck, taking a full circle. And if you go one way, maybe you pause and center, going the other direction. Option to stay here with this movement. Or if you feel like it, allowing that movement to start to grow. So as we breathe, we're starting to allow the body to maybe make some circles here. So maybe you've got the hands on the knees, the elbows are going up towards the sky. We're finding these circles, and they might be small, they might be big. So just starting to move through the torso, move through the upper body, through the arms, through the head, through the neck. And remembering that there's no right, there's no wrong here. It's whatever movement feels nourishing for your practice in this moment. It's just moving if you're finding those circles going the other way. If you've stayed with just moving the head, just moving the neck, just keeping going, keeping that focus to the breath as you move. So taking a few more moments here. Eventually coming back up to that position that we started in. Opening the eyes if you have them closed, and just starting with some gentle cat-cow. So as we inhale, just lifting up through the chest, taking the head up towards the sky. As we exhale, rounding through the back, taking the hands onto the knees, dropping chin down to chest. So we inhale, maybe those hands come back towards the thighs as we lift. Exhale, round. Just taking 2 more of these. Inhale, lifting up through that chest, shining heart space forwards. Exhale, rounding, dropping chin down through chest. Taking 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And then gently next inhale, just coming back through center. And we're going to take the left fingertips behind us. As we inhale, just taking the right hand around towards that left knee. We're growing tall through the torso. As we exhale, seeing if we can find this twist, so taking the gaze behind us. So just an easy twist here. If the gaze all the way behind the head feels like it's really pulling on that neck, just drawing neck in line with the body. So taking 1 more inhale here. Exhale, just sweeping round to the other side. So right hand coming behind us, left hand coming towards the right knee. Inhale, find that lift. Exhale, find that twist. Maybe the gaze is behind, maybe it's in line with the body. Taking a breath in here. Exhale, just coming back, round through center. And we're going to pad our way over into a tabletop position. So just coming to stack, shoulders above wrists, hips above knees. Taking a second to just maybe move those hips side to side. So as we arrive in this tabletop, this might be the time to continue with that intuitive movement. So as we inhale, starting to lift through that chest, taking gaze forwards. Exhale, rounding through the back, allowing head to hang heavy. It's really your choice here. So maybe you stay with that cat-cow, that lifting and closing of the chest, moving through the spine. Or maybe you start to take some circles here, rocking back. Maybe coming through a child's pose. Option here to just take that child's pose for the whole class. If you feel like stillness is what you need, there's no judgment here. It's whatever feels good for you. So just taking a few more breaths here, rocking side to side. Maybe you pad out through the hands, take fingertips to either side of the mats. Maybe fingertips towards you, so you're getting a nice stretch out through the forearms. Wherever works. Eventually just coming back round towards center, taking the gaze forwards. And as we inhale here, we're just going to sweep the right arm up towards the front. So we're reaching forwards with that right arm and pushing down through the left hand. We're going to see if we can take the left leg back as well. So taking a big breath here, inhaling. As we exhale, seeing if we can just pull everything together. So pulling the knee in towards the chest, right elbow in towards the chest. Inhale, reaching forwards. We're finding this flow. So exhale, drawing back. Inhale, reaching long. Just taking 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, reach forwards. And then releasing that right hand down, left knee down. And then coming to find the other side. So we inhale, reaching that left arm forwards, right leg comes back. Exhale, drawing everything together. And we want to be reaching through those fingertips on the inhale, pointing the toes or flexing the feet, keeping everything active. Exhale, closing. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, drawing everything together. 1 more inhale, reach out. Exhale, drawing down, right knee finds the mat again. And then we're going to come into a modified version of a side plank. So we're going to come on to the back foot, the back right foot, and inhale, just peel this right arm up towards the sky. So we're in that side plank, but we've got that left knee down for support. Left foot might come out to the side a bit to give you that little bit more stability. We're reaching tall through that right hand, long line of energy. And then option here to take that right hand down, just to cradle the back of the head. So we're taking the weight of the head into the right hand and just twisting that tiny bit. So we're rotating that chest up towards the sky, finding a bit more of an opening here. Taking one more inhale. Exhale. If you've got the hand to the head, you might roll the body down and round, taking right hand back to the mat, taking right knee down. Coming to the other side, this time coming on to the left foot. Maybe that right foot pivots out slightly, so you just rotate on that knee. We inhale, lift that left arm up to the sky. Long line of energy through fingertips, through the hand, down into the arm. And then taking that left hand down, cradling the head, and seeing if we can just rotate that chest up to the sky that little bit more. Pushing down through the feet, through the hand. Inhale here. Exhale, using that hand to round out through the head, eventually taking that left hand down, taking left knee down. And as we arrive in that tabletop, tucking under toes, lifting off knees, coming into a downward facing dog. So it's our first one of the practice, maybe first one of the day. Taking a big stretch, pedal out through the feet. Again, anything that feels nourishing here. And when we're ready, on the inhale, we're going to sweep that right leg up towards the sky. As we exhale, drawing right knee towards the nose. And then taking the right knee down behind the right wrist, untucking back toes, releasing those hands. So maybe you lift them up, place them back down. We're going to come into our pigeon. So quite often in pigeon, we might find it useful to take a block underneath the right hip on this side to give you a little bit of lift. If the block feels too high, maybe a cushion or a rolled up blankets. Just noticing where feels comfortable for you. And we're going to inhale, lift up onto the fingertips. As we exhale, finding our way to fold down. So we're folding forwards over this right leg. And we're going to use the hands as support. So as soon as this feels like the stretch is enough, just using those hands, bringing them down. And this position for pigeon is going to be different for absolutely everyone. So it might be that you're all the way down here. You've got the head down on the hands. Maybe the head rested on a block or a bolster. Might be that you're higher up and you've got those hands down to support you. Maybe you're even up on the fingertips. So just noticing what position works for you. And when you arrive, closing down through the eyes and allowing the head to hang heavy. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. And as we breathe, we really want to send the breath towards the hip space. So sending that breath on the inhale down towards the hips. On the exhale, really releasing, letting go. Allowing the body to start to feel heavy. A few more breaths here, really noticing sensation through the right leg. When we're ready, gently lifting that head, using those hands to help prop us up. And we're going to tuck under the back toes first, lifting off, seeing if we can take this right leg all the way back to that three-legged dog, and then centering, grounding that right foot down again, and coming to the other side. So this time as we inhale, left leg is going to sweep up behind us. We're going to draw the left knee towards the nose, and then taking that left knee down behind the left wrist, untucking those back toes. And again, using the hands to help you as you inhale to gain this little bit of lift before we come down. As we exhale, just releasing and finding that support. So if the head isn't coming down towards the hands, really taking a moment to find a block or find a cushion or find a pillow. Really giving yourself that support here. When we arrive in that position that feels good, closing down through the eyes, a few deep breaths again, sending those inhales down towards the hip space. Staying with that breath. Noticing how that feels through the left leg, through the glutes. And always as well allowing yourself to adjust. So even though we're settling ourselves into stillness, it's often counterintuitive to not listen to the body. So if at any point the body is asking you to wiggle, to readjust, to find some movement, just allowing that in before you settle into the stillness. When you're ready, taking your last inhale here. As you exhale, gently coming up, just removing any props or blocks that you might have. And again, we're going to come up onto the hands, tucking under the right back toes, seeing if we can stretch that leg back out, left leg coming up, three-legged dog. Exhale, drawing it back down. From here, immediately just dropping the knees, untucking toes. And then we're going to start to walk the hands forward. So we're drawing the chest down towards the mat, coming into Anahatasana or open heart puppy pose. Taking the forehead maybe down towards the mat. Just staying with that breath here. Feeling that opening through the chest. To deepen, you might choose to come on to the chin instead of the forehead. It might be that you're higher up entirely and you're just on the fingertips. So just staying with that breath, allowing it to move through the body. So as you inhale, maybe you find that tiny bit of lift. As you exhale, releasing down. Taking just a few more breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, allowing those hands to drag back towards you. We're coming up towards this kneeling position. When you arrive, you might just choose to take a big roll of the shoulders back. And then using the hands to help you, just come on to the bum, taking legs out long in front. You might scooch forwards and then just roll down onto the back. As you arrive here, drawing knees in towards the chest and just taking a rock from side to side. We're going to neutralize out through that spine as we start to wind down, coming into some supine twists. So just taking the right ankle on top of the left knee and drawing both of the feet in towards you, so flexing through the feet. Taking arms out to T or cactus, and then just dropping both of the legs over towards the left-hand side of the mat. So the sole of the right foot is coming down. Option to keep the head in center here or to take the head over to the right, whichever feels most natural for you, trying to keep those shoulders as grounded as possible. If the ankle on the knee feels really intense or like too strong a stretch, option to just take that right foot back and just take both of those knees over towards the left. Your choice here. Checking in with what intensity feels good. And again, just a few breaths here, softening, allowing everything to really release. Taking just one more inhale. Exhale if the head's over to the right, drawing the head back through center first, and then gently untangling those legs, drawing knees back in through center. Maybe you take that shimmy side to side again. And then taking the left ankle onto the right knee, flexing through both of the feet, so you're drawing those knees towards you. And then dropping both of the legs over towards the right this time, so the sole of the left foot comes down towards the floor. Head can stay in center or it comes over towards the left. Shoulders staying grounded, closing down through the eyes. Again, option to untangle the legs and just have both legs over towards the right if this feels too intense. Every inhale, just breathing in. Every exhale, just seeing if we can release the body that tiny bit more. So taking just one last breath here, breathing in through the nose. As we exhale, drawing that head back through center, ever so gently untangling those legs, drawing them back in towards the chest, arms wrap around, and just taking a rock from side to side here. And then taking those legs out long in front, starting to move towards our Savasana. So allowing the feet to drop out to either side, taking palms up towards the sky, arms either side of the body. And taking a moment to settle here. So taking any wiggles, any movement that you might need. Maybe it's just movement through fingertips, toes, maybe through the ankles, wrists. It might be as simple as picking the hips up and placing them back down. But doing what you need to get comfortable and eventually meeting in this stillness, closing down through the eyes. So as we come into our Savasana today, we're coming back to this idea of asteya and non-stealing. So we don't want to be stealing energy from the body. We want to be allowing ourselves to refill our own cup. To draw that energy in with every inhale that we take. To let go of anything that might be feeling heavy as we exhale. So we release, we restore. There is nothing to do here. There is nowhere to be. We simply ask that we're present with our breath and present with our bodies. Taking this time to pause as we start to transition towards spring. Next inhale that we take, allowing it to move through the body, eventually reaching those outermost edges, fingertips, toes. Slowly starting to bring gentle movement back in. Maybe it's a stretch overhead, whatever it may be, and then drawing those knees back in towards the chest and allowing the whole body to just rock over onto one side. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe the arms are wrapped around the knees. And then gently using those hands to help you just come up towards seated. So comfortable seated position. Just arriving, taking your time to get here and taking those hands, palms facing up onto the knees. So coming back to this idea of surrender. And we just take a moment here of gratitude. So a moment to say thank you to ourselves for finding the time to practice, to give that energy back to our bodies, to gift ourselves that time. And we say thank you to the amazing lineage of teachers that have come before us. So just drawing those hands together now, thumbs towards the third eye, dropping chin down through chest, taking a bow. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Releasing hands down, just taking a soft, gentle gaze in front, coming back to the space, back to the room. So thank you so much, guys, for practicing with me today. I hope that was a class that you really enjoyed and a class that kind of helps ease you into that change in the seasons. There are plenty of classes on my YouTube to have a look through. There are going to be new ones every week. So if you did enjoy the class, please hit subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again on the channel very, very soon.